start with Act 3, Scene 2. Before we start with the scene, let's read the important points or the important events which will take place in this particular scene. What all will happen in this scene? This scene basically relates with the subplot of the play. That is, it will be related with Caliban, Stephano, and Trinculo, because these three are the characters of the subplot of the play. And what are these three doing? We know that these three, they were heavily drunk, right? They were drinking. Caliban tasted this wine for the first time and he liked it a lot. He even agreed to be the slave of Stephano. He started considering Stephano as someone who is divine, who is a divine creature. Why? Because he made him taste such heavenly divine drink. So Caliban, Stephano, and Trinculo are still drinking. Caliban now sees a chance of taking revenge on his master and tells Stephano that he can lead him to Prospero's cell, where Stephano can get rid of him. So now, because Stephano possessed such a divine drink, so he thought that Stephano is a very powerful being. Right? He doesn't belong to this earth, because the drink which he carries, that doesn't belong to this earth. So he is, you remember he said that he is the man in the moon, right? So he thinks of a plan, right? Along with Stephano and Trinculo, he plans, or he decides to kill Prospero, right? All three of them, they hatch a conspiracy to kill Prospero when he is asleep in the afternoon. So thus Stephano can become the king of the island and marry Miranda. So this was Caliban's plan. He wanted to get rid of Prospero anyhow, and so he says, he kind of provokes Stephano that if you are able to kill Prospero, because Prospero is his master and he's a tyrant, he's very cruel. So if you are able to kill Prospero, then you have a chance of getting married to his daughter Miranda, who is perhaps the most beautiful woman I have ever seen. And then you can become the king of the island and I will be your slave. So this is what Caliban tells Stephano, right? This was the idea or the plan which he thinks of, and then he involves Stephano and Trinculo into his plan. Ariel, who has been listening to all this, leads the conspirators away by the sound of the tablet and the pipe. And Ariel is present there and he listens to the conspiracy, he listens to their plan, and then he, with the tabor and a pipe, right, with these musical instruments, tabor is a small drum, so he guides them to from that place to another place, right, which is a dirty pond, pond filled with dirty water, and they finally fall into it. Another part of the island enter Caliban, Stephano, and Trinculo. So the scene takes place on the island like the rest of the scenes, and who all are present in the scene? Caliban, Stephano, and Trinculo. Stephano, tell me not when the butt is out. When the butt is out means when the wine in the bottle is finished. We'll drink water. So he says that till the time the wine is there in the bottle, please don't ask me to drink water. I'm not going to drink water till the time there is wine in this bottle. Tell me not. So you should not ask me to drink water till the wine is finished in the bottle. Not a drop before. I'm not going to have even a drop of water before the wine is finished in this bottle. Therefore, bear up and board. Servant master, drink me. So he says that's why, therefore, because I have no plan and no intention of taking water before the wine is finished in the bottle. So please don't ask me to do so. Go ahead and catch hold of the bottle and start drinking the wine. And when the wine will be finished, we can refill it from the cask. You remember that he had hid a cask in the near the shore, right? Trinculo, servant monster, the folly of this island. They say there is but 5 upon this island. So, because see, whatever they will talk will not make sense, because all 3 of them are in a drunken state. So, whatever they will speak will be rubbish, right? Will not be anything sensible. So, Trinculo says that servant monster, the folly of this island, means what a fool you have become upon after coming to this island, right? He considers Caliban to be a fool, and he says that servant monster, you are really the folly of this island, means you have become a fool after coming to this island. And on looking at you, I can say that this island is inhabited by fools like you. They say there is but 5 upon this island, right? It is said that there are 5 fools on this island. We are 3 of them. And then he counts that we are 3 of them. That is Stefano, Trinculo, and Caliban. They are 3 of them. Other 2 be brained like us, the state captain. And if the rest of the 2 fools, because there are 5 fools upon this island, we are 3 of them, 3 fools are standing here. And if the other 2 also have their brains like us, right? Their brain is also in the same condition like us, then the state totters. Then the entire administration of the state, entire governance of this island will collapse, right? Will be very unstable. Stefano, drink servant monster when I bid thee. The eyes are almost set in thy head, right? See, Stefano says that servant monster, you are supposed to drink when I instruct you, right? Why are you drinking without my order? See, Caliban is like very much tempted to have more and more wine. He liked it a lot. And so Stefano wants him that you are supposed to drink only when I instruct you to do so, only when I order you to do so, not before that. Thy eyes are almost set in thy head. He says, your eyes are almost fixed in your head. Your eyes have stopped moving, right? They are fixed. They appear as if they are just fixed in your head. They are not moving here and there. Trinculo means you are, what he means to say is that you are looking at a particular place, right? Staring at a particular place. You are not moving your eyes from. What he means to say is that he is constantly staring at the bottle, right? Because that is the only thing which he wants to have at that moment. Trinculo, where should they be set else? So Trinculo finds this funny and he said, where, because this is what he uttered. The eyes are almost set in thy head. So where are eyes set? Eyes are actually fixed in our heads only. So Trinculo says, where should they be set else? What do you expect? Where else do you expect the eyes to be? The eyes of everyone are set in their heads only. He were a brave monster indeed if they are set in his tail. So he were a brave monster. He would have been a wonderful creature if his eyes were in his tail instead of his head. Right? He would have been strange, and he would have appeared to be wonderful if instead of his head, his eyes were fixed on his tail. Stefano. My man monster had drowned his tongue in the sack. So, because Caliban was not speaking anything, this was the first time that he had consumed wine, right? So he was in a completely inebriated and intoxicated state. He was not able to speak anything. He was just sitting there staring at a particular place, not moving his eyes here and there, not moving his head here and there. And so Stefano says, my man monster had drowned his tongue in the sack. Means my man monster, his tongue has been drowned. Now he cannot speak. He is not able to utter anything. So his tongue is drowned. Means his power of speech is drowned in the sack of wine. For my part, the sea cannot drown me. As far as I am concerned, even a sea of wine cannot drown me, right? Cannot make me speechless. But this, my man monster, this monster, he seems to have lost his power of speech in the after consuming wine, because he is not speaking anything, he is not talking. So But even if I am drowned in the entire sea of wine, then also I will be able to speak. My tongue cannot be drowned. The entire sea cannot drown me means the entire sea cannot satisfy me. I will still want more and more, right? I swam ere I could recover the shore. 5 and 30 leagues off and on. By this light, thou shalt be my lieutenant, monster, or my standard. So he says that I swam before, that means before I could recover the shore. 5 and 30 leagues off and on. Means I had to swim such great distance. Means 5 and 30 leagues. 5 and 30 leagues means 35 leagues. By swimming, I covered such a great distance in the sea before I landed myself upon this shore. I could recover the shore means that before I could reach the shore, I had to swim for approximately 35 leagues. By this light means by the light of the sun. He is again taking an oath and he says that I swear by the light of the sun, thou shalt be my lieutenant, monster, or my standard. So I say that I am swearing, I am taking an oath by the light of the sun that you will be my lieutenant. I appoint you as my lieutenant, monster, or you will be my standard. My standard means my flag bearer, right? So that is what I appoint you as. He has already started thinking himself to be the king and the ruler of the island. Trinculo, your lieutenant, if you list, he is no standard. So he says that you can want, if you want, you can make him your lieutenant. He could be your lieutenant, but please don't make him your flag bearer. Right? He is no standard. He cannot be your standard bearer. Why? Because he is not even able to stand properly. He has consumed so much wine, you must have seen the drunkards, how they are not able to stand straight. So please don't make him your standard. Please don't make him your flag bearer. As far as the lieutenant is concerned, fine. You can make him your lieutenant if you want, but don't make him your flag bearer. He's not in the condition to carry your flag. Will not run, monster. So he says that he will not run. Right? There is no need. We don't have to run. So what? How does it matter if even if he is not able to stand? We are, as it is, we are not going to run away from the enemy. We don't have to escape from the enemy, nor go neither. So Trinculo says, forget about running. You cannot even go walking, but you lie like dogs and yet say neither nothing. He says, forget about running. How can you even think of running away from the enemy? You are not in a condition to even walk, nor go neither means you cannot even walk properly. So you should not think of running. What you will do is you will lie like dogs. So at the most you can lie there like dogs and yet say nothing like that. You lie there quietly like dogs without uttering anything, without speaking anything. Stefano says, moon calf, speak once in thy life, if thou beest a good moon calf. Moon calf normally means a foolish person. In this particular case, it's referring to monster. So if you're a good monster, then please speak once, because Caliban was not saying anything, right? He was in such a great intoxicated state that he was just sitting quietly and staring at one particular place. So then Caliban says, how does thy honor? Let me lick thy shoe. I'll not serve him. He's not valiant, right? Serve him here is for Trinculo, right? So he says that, how are you, my honor, my lord? How are you? Let me lick thy shoe. Let me lick thy shoe means let me be your slave. Let me become your servant and lick your shoe. I will not serve him. He is not valiant. And then he talks about Trinculo and says that I am not ready to serve him because he is not brave. He's a coward. So I am not going to serve him. Trinculo, thou liest, most ignorant monster. I am in case to Justin the constable. So Trinculo is annoyed with this because he calls him a coward. So Trinculo says that you are the most ignorant monster. You don't know anything. In the present situation, I can even fight a constable. Constable means a policeman, right? I am in a condition to fight a constable. I am so brave that I can fight a constable also. Why thou debauched fish? Debauched fish means drunken fish. And who are you? You are a drunken fish. Was there ever man a coward that has drunk so much sack as I do? So he says, what do you think? Is any drunken man a coward? You must have seen that all the people who are drunk, they are the first ones to enter into a quarrel, right? So you cannot call a drunken man a coward, right? That is what he's trying to say. Have you ever come across any man who is drunk and he's behaving like a coward? That is not possible. These drunken people, they are very brave because they are the first ones to start the quarrel. So they cannot be a coward. So he says that you debauched fish, you drunken fish. What are you talking about? Have you ever seen a man who is drunk and he is a coward, who has taken as much wine as I have taken today, right? The way I have drunk today. How can you expect that I will behave like a coward? That is next to impossible. And at the present moment, I can even fight a policeman. Will thou tell a monstrous lie, being but half a fish and half a monster? Just because you are a half a fish and half a monster, so you will tell a monstrous lie. Monstrous lie means such a great lie, such a huge lie. You are speaking such a big lie, right? Just because you are half a fish and half a monster. Caliban, lo, how he mocks me. Wilt thou let him, my lord? So Caliban is talking to Stephano and he says that, see my master, how he is mocking at me. He is making fun of me. Will you allow him to do this, my lord? Wilt thou let him means, will you allow him to mock at me? Will you permit him to mock at me like this, the way he is doing at the present moment? Trinquilo, Lord, quoth he, that monster should be such a natural. So he finds this funny that Caliban is addressing Stephano as the Lord. So he says, look at him, he is addressing Stephano as, who was Stephano? Stephano was just a butler, right? Butler in the court of butler to King Alonso, right? So he says that, look, he is addressing such a mean person, such a low class person as Stephano is. He's addressing him as a lord. So that a monster should be such a natural. Such a natural means such a foolish person. This monster is such a fool, right? He is so stupid that he is calling Stephano, a person like Stephano, as lord. See, lord, master, right? Grace, these were the words used for the people belonging to higher class of the society, right? The noblemen, not for a butler, right? So Trinquilo finds this funny and he calls Caliban a natural, that is a fool. Caliban, lo, again, bite him to death, I pray you. So he says, see again, he's again making fun of you. You please bite him to death. I am praying you, I am request you to please bite him to death, because again and again he is mocking at me, he is ridiculing me, he is making fun of me. Stephano, Trinquilo, keep a good tongue in your head. If you prove a mutineer, the next tree. So now Stephano wants Trinquilo. Stephano has already started considering himself to be the ruler of the island and the king of the island. He says, Trinquilo, speak polite words, keep a good tongue means be polite, right? If you prove a mutineer, if you try to rebel, right? If you try to go against my will, the next tree. The next tree here means that I will hang you on the next tree we come across. The poor monster is my subject and he shall not suffer indignity. This poor monster is my subject now because I am the ruler of the island and he is my servant, he is my subject. And so I will not allow anyone to humiliate me. I will not allow anyone to insult him. That is something which I will not accept, and you will be severely punished if you try to misbehave with me or if you try to insult him. Caliban, I thank my noble lord. Wilt thou be pleased to hearken once again to the suit I made to thee? So he says, thank you, my lord, for warning this person Trinculo. Will thou now will you feel happy? Will you like to hear once again the suit? The suit means the petition or the request which I made to the earlier, right? He had requested something to Stefano earlier, and then he requests Stefano to listen to his plea, to listen to his petition once again. Stefano, Mary, will I? So he says that I swear by Virgin Mary that I will listen to your request, listen to your petition, listen to your suit once again. Kneel and repeat it. So you should get down on your knees, kneel down and repeat your suit, repeat your request. I will stand and so shall Trinculo. So I will stand and listen to you, and along with me, Trinculo will also listen. Enter Ariel, invisible. And in the meantime, what happens? Ariel enters the scene, but Ariel is invisible to all these people. That is to Trinculo, Caliban, and Stefano. Caliban, as I told thee before, I am a subject to a tyrant. He says that, sir, like I have told you in the past, like I informed you earlier, that I am subject to a tyrant, that I am a servant of a very tyrant person, a very cruel person, a person who doesn't treat me well, a sorcerer. And besides being a tyrant, besides being a very cruel person, he is also a sorcerer, right? Sorcerer means a magician. That by his cunning hath cheated me of the island. And using his cunning, that is using his intelligence, right? Using his cleverness, he has snatched away this island from me, which rightfully belongs to me. This is what Caliban has always believed, that this island belonged to him. Because earlier, before Prospero came to this island, who lived on this island? Sycorax, Caliban's mother. So Caliban is of the opinion that rightfully this island should go to him because he has inherited that island from his mother, Sycorax. But Prospero came and he became the ruler of the island. So, and started mistreating Caliban. So, this is what Caliban doesn't like. That by his cunning hath cheated me of the island, has taken this island away from me. Ariel, thou liest. So, Ariel says, you are lying. And this Ariel utters in Trinculo's voice. See, Ariel is invisible. And then Ariel is saying, thou liest in Trinculo's voice. So what will these people think? What will Caliban and Stefano think? They will think that Trinculo has said this, that you are lying. Thou liest means you are lying, right? Actually, it is missing in this book, but they should have mentioned that Ariel utters this in Trinculo's voice. You can mention that Ariel says this in Trinculo's voice. Thou liest means you are lying. Caliban, thou liest, thou jesting monkey. Now this annoys Caliban because Caliban thinks that these words, you are lying, has been uttered by Trinculo. So this annoys Caliban and he says, you are lying, thou jesting monkey. You mocking monkey, you are lying. I am not a liar. Thou, I would, my valiant monster would destroy thee. So you are a jesting monkey, means you are a mocking monkey. Your only job is to ridicule and mock other people. I am not a liar. You are lying. I would, my valiant master. I wish, I would means I wish my valiant master means my brave monster, my brave master would destroy thee, right? I wish that my brave master should destroy you, should cause injury to you. I do not lie. I never lie. This is what Caliban says to Trinculo, because he believes that these words were uttered by Trinculo. But who uttered these words in reality? It was Ariel, who said, thou liest in Trinculo's voice. Stefano, Trinculo, if you trouble him any more in his tale, by this hand I will supplant some of your teeth. So now Trinculo wants, now Stefano wants Trinculo and he says that if you trouble him, right? If you interrupt him in his tale, in his story, the story which he is narrating to me, if you interrupt him in the middle, what will I do? I will use my hand and supplant some of your teeth. Means displace, knock on your face, and some of your teeth will be out of place, right? They will be displaced from their position. Trinculo, why? I said nothing. So Trinculo says, but why? I didn't even utter a word. And this is the truth. Trinculo didn't even utter a word. These words were said by Ariel. So Trinculo knows nothing about it. And so he says, why are you getting infuriated? Why are you shouting at me? I didn't say anything. Stefano, mum, then and no more. To Caliban, proceed. So Stefano says, now keep quiet and no more. You're supposed to keep quiet, right? And not speak a word further. And then he says to Caliban, Stefano says to Caliban to proceed with his story, to continue with his story. I say, by sorcery, he got this eye. So Caliban goes ahead in his story and he says that I'm telling you that by sorcery, that is by magic, he took this island away from me. He got it. If thy greatness will revenge it on him. So then he wants Stefano to take his revenge against Prospero. So if your highness will take the revenge against him, for I know thou darest, but this thing dare not. This thing is for Trinculo, right? He says that because I'm sure that you are a valiant person, you are a brave person, and you can revenge against this wrong which is done to me by Prospero. But this thing, then he points to Trinculo and says, but this thing, this Trinculo, he doesn't have the guts, he doesn't have the courage, he is not brave enough to kill Prospero, to take my revenge. But you can. Stefano, that's more certain. So now Stefano is even more proud of himself and he says that that's more certain. That's really true. Whatever you are saying, that's the truth. I definitely can do it. Caliban, thou shalt be the lord of it, and I'll serve you. Now, this is the temptation which is offered by Caliban to Stefano. And he says, if you are successful in killing Prospero, what will happen? You will become the lord of this island, and I will become your servant. I will serve you. Stefano, how now shall this become fast? Canst thou bring me to the party? So he says, then can you tell me how is this supposed to be done? Fine, I agree to kill your tyrant master, that is your cruel master. I agree to kill him. I'm ready to kill him. But just tell me how is this supposed to be done? Can you bring me to the party? Party here means can you bring me to the man, that is Prospero, the man who has wronged you. So Caliban says, yeah, my lord, I'll yield him be asleep. He says, yes, sure, my lord, I will show you the man. I will show you that magician, that tyrant, against whom you have to take my revenge. I'll yield him be asleep. So I will show you when he is fast asleep, where thou mayest knock a nail into his feet. It's actually should be head, right? It's not B. Please, if you have this book, Xavier Pinto book, make a correction, right? And what you can do, I will show you, I will take you to that man when he is fast asleep, and then you can knock a nail into his head, right? So this should be Ariel, thou liest, thou canst not. So now Ariel again speaks in Trinculo's voice and he says that you are lying, you cannot do that. Caliban, what a pied ninny is this, right? Pied ninny means that fool with multicolored clothes, right? So What a fool, what a colorful fool he is. Thou scurvy patch, I do beseech thy greatness. Give him blows. I request my greatness, I request my highness, I request you, my lord, please give him blows, give him 2-3 punches and take his bottle from him and take away his bottle of wine from him. He should not be given any wine. When that's gone, he shall drink not but brine. If the wine bottle is taken away from him, what will he be forced to drink? He will be forced to drink only seawater. Brine means salt water. That is, here it means the water of the sea. For I will not show him where the quick freshers are, because I am not going to show him the areas of fresh water. From where will you get that fresh water? Where are the springs of fresh water? That I will not show him. So he will have no other option than to drink seawater. So you please snatch his bottle away and give him a few blows. Right? He is such a fool. Again, he is trying to mock at me. So Stephano says, Trinculo, run into no further danger. Interrupt the monster one word further, and by this hand, I'll turn my mercy out of the door and make a stockfish of you. So Stephano says, Trinculo, you are landing yourself in serious trouble. You are landing yourself in serious danger. You will definitely land yourself in serious trouble and danger if you interrupt the monster again. One word more you utter and you will be in trouble. And by this hand, and I am swearing by this hand that I will throw away all the mercy which I have, all the kindness which I have for you out of the door. Means out of my heart, I will throw away all my mercy, kindness, generosity for you and make a stockfish of you. And I will make you a stockfish. A stockfish is a type of a salted fish which is beaten very badly before it is cooked, right? So I will eat you like a stockfish. That is what Stephano says. Why? What did I? So Trinculo was again oblivious of what's this whatever was happening, because he is not saying anything, right? So he says, now what did I do? I'm standing here quietly. I did not do anything. I did not say anything. I did nothing. I'll go further on. It's better that I move far away from you people, right? There is something definitely wrong with you people. You are blaming me for nothing. So I should better stay away from you. Stephano, didst thou not say he lied? So Stephano said, did you not say that he lied? Ariel, thou liest. Now again Ariel speaks in Trinculo's voice, thou liest. Now this thou liest is for Stephano, right? You are lying. Again Ariel said. So Stephano, do I so? Now what do you mean to say that I am lying? You are telling me that I am a liar. Take thou that. Now he punches him on his face. Now you take this. You are calling me a liar, so you deserve this. And then he gives a punch on Trinculo's face. As you like this, give me the lie another time. So if you like this one, if you like this punch, if you like this beating, call me a liar once more and then I will give you again. Trinculo, I did not give the lie out of your words. I didn't say that you are a liar, right? I did not call you a liar. I didn't say anything. You are definitely out of your wits, means out of your senses, and forget about the senses, you are out of your hearing too. You cannot even hear properly. A plague on the bottle, on your bottle. This can sack and drinking soup. So this is the result of drinking too much. May plague, a curse upon your bottle. Plague on your bottle means curse upon your bottle. This can sack and drinking soup. So this is what happens when a person drinks too much. This is the consequence of drinking too much wine. A murrain on your monster and the devil take your finger. He says, murrain means again plague. So a curse upon you, monster, right? May plague fall upon you, monster, and may the devil cut your fingers and take them away. So Caliban enjoys this. Caliban is very happy that now Stephano has given Trinculo a punch on his face, right? He has knocked him on his face, and so he laughs. He says, ha ha ha. Stephano, now forward with your tale. to Trinculo, pray thee, stand further. So Stephano says, yes, Caliban, you proceed with your tale. You move ahead, you continue with your story. And then he requests Trinculo to stand far away. Caliban says, beat him enough. After a little while, I will beat him too. So Stephano says that you have done a good thing. You have given him a good beating. And after some time, you again beat him. And I will beat him too. Right? Stephano, stand further. Come, proceed. So Stephano says to Trinculo to stand further, to stand far away from them. And then he tells Caliban to proceed with his story. Caliban is important. So Caliban says, why? As I told you, there's a custom with him in the afternoon to sleep. So this is his habit, Prospero's habit, that he sleeps in the afternoon. He takes his afternoon nap. There thou mayest bring him. So what you can do, you can smash his head when he is sleeping in the afternoon, right? You can hit on his head when he is sleeping in the afternoon, having first seized his book. So this is important. This is something which Caliban will repeat again and again. But before doing it, before smashing his head, what you are supposed to do? You are supposed to seize his books. That is, take away all the magic books of Prospero. Because if these magic books are not with him, he will not be able to perform any magic trick. And he will become powerless. Right? Caliban knows this fact, and so he says that having first seized his books, the first thing which he'll have to do is to take away his books, or with a log batter his skull, and then you can break his head into pieces with a log of wood, or punch him with a stake. Stake means a pointed stick, or you can cut his stomach with a, rip open his belly with a pointed stick. Cut his belly with a pointed stick, or cut his vizant with thy knife, right? Or you can cut his windpipe. Vizant means windpipe, with a knife. So these are different options in which you can kill him. You need to remember them. Batter his skull, punch him with a stake, that is rip open his belly with a stake, that is pointed stick, and cut his vizant with a knife, right? Or you can cut his windpipe with a knife. Okay. Remember, first to possess his books. So he again repeats, but that for the first thing you need to do is to possess his books, right? We cannot do anything. We'll not be able to proceed ahead with our objective till the time we possess his books. That is why Caliban repeats this again and again. For without them, he is but a sot. So why? Because if his books are taken away from him, he will be no better than a sot. Sot means a blockhead or a drunken idiot, right? He will be no better than a blockhead, a drunkard, as I am, like the way I am at the present moment. So his condition will be no better than mine. Nor hath not one spirit to command. And what will happen if his books are taken away from him? He will not be able to command and instruct any of the spirits, right? Call any of the spirits. Once he is devoid of his magic books. They all do hate him as rootedly as I. So he further says that all the spirits which work for him, which are under him, they hate him as rootedly as I, means they hate him as much as I hate Prospero. Burn but his books. So we should first burn his books, right? Catch hold of his books, seize his books, take away his books, and then burn. He has brave utensils, and then he tells them about the utensils. He tells Stephano about the utensils. He says that he has got wonderful utensils, for so he calls them. He calls those strange objects utensils. He has got some beautiful objects at home, and Prospero calls those objects as utensils. Caliban doesn't know what are utensils, right? He has lived on an island. So because Prospero calls those objects as utensils, so he is also calling them as utensils. And he says that he calls those beautiful objects as brave. Utensils means beautiful. So here the meaning of brave is beautiful. He has got those brave utensils, that is beautiful utensils, and he has, for so he calls them, which when he has a house, he will take it on. And he says that once he is able to make a house for himself, he will decorate his house with those utensils, right? He will decorate his house with those, deck means decorate, with those utensils. And that most deeply to consider is. And so these are the temptations which he is giving Stefano. First thing he says is that he has got some beautiful utensils. You can take those utensils, right? Then he says, and that most deeply to consider it. But the thing which is to be taken most seriously, right? The point which is to be considered or which requires serious consideration is the beauty of his daughter. Means he has a beautiful daughter. He himself calls her as non-perennial. Non-perennial means without comparison, matchless, someone who doesn't have a match. So he himself, Prospero himself, calls his daughter as a matchless beauty. I never saw a woman but only Sycorax, my dam, means my mother and she. Caliban says Caliban has seen only two women in his life. One was his mother, Sycorax, and the other one is Miranda. So he says that I have never seen any other woman besides my mother and this Miranda. For she as far surpasseth Sycorax as greatest does least. Says, and the difference between these two women which I have seen. See, Sycorax was a witch. So you can imagine how she must be looking. She must be very ugly. And Miranda was very beautiful. So that is what he says. I have seen only two women in my life. One was my mother and the other one is Miranda. And she is like the greatest. And the difference between these two women is of the greatest and the least. Are you getting? That Miranda is the most beautiful and Sycorax was the most ugly woman which I have seen. So the highest and the lowest. The difference between these two women which I have seen in my life is that of the greatest does least. Right? Greatest and least, they are opposite. So one is greatest as far as beauty is concerned, and the other is least. That is, least one is his mother. Right? Stefano, is it so brave, alas? So he says brave again here means beautiful. So is she so beautiful? Is she such a beautiful lady? Monster, I will kill this man, his daughter, and I'll be king and queen. Save our grace. He says, if whatever you are saying is the truth, if this lady about whom you are talking, that is Miranda, if she is so beautiful, fine monster, I'm ready to kill her father, that is Prospero, this man you are talking about. And then after killing him, I'll marry his daughter, and then we'll become the king and the queen of this island. Right? And Trinquilo, thyself shall be my viceroy. Right? Save thy graces means may our rule continue on this island. And Trinquilo and thyself shall be viceroy. And you and Trinquilo, that is Caliban and Trinquilo, will be their viceroys or deputy. Dost thou like the plot, Trinquilo? And then he asks Trinquilo and says that Trinquilo, did you like this plot, this plan? Trinquilo, excellent. Trinquilo says, yes, it's an excellent plot. Stefano, give me thy hand. I'm sorry to beat thee, but while thou livest, keep a good tongue in thy head. So Stefano says, now give me your hand. Right? I'm sorry that I hit you. I'm sorry for hitting you, but I'm warning you that as long as you are alive, you should be polite. Right? Don't use harsh words for anyone. Caliban, within this half hour he'll be asleep. Wilt thou destroy him then? So Caliban says, within next half an hour, he will go to his cell, he will go back to his cave, and he will fall asleep. So will you kill him then? Right? Will it be okay for you to kill him at that time, Stefano? Yeah, on my honor. So he says, yes, because I have given you my word, I will do it. I swear upon my honor. Ariel, this will I tell my master. So Ariel was listening to this conversation and later says that I need to go and tell about their conspiracy, about their plot to Prospero. Caliban, thou makest me merry. I am full of pleasure. Let us be joking. Will you troll the catch? Catch means song. You taught me, but while so he says, you made me very happy, right? Because now you promised that you will kill my enemy Prospero. So this has made me very happy. Now I am full of happiness and full of pleasure. Let us be joking. So let us be joking. Let us be cheerful and let us be merry. Will you troll the catch you taught me, but while so will you sing the song? Troll the cat means, will you sing the song that you taught me sometime before? Stefano, at thy request, monster, I will do reason, any reason. So do reason, any reason means anything which is reasonable. If you will request me to do anything which is logical, anything which is reasonable, I will do at your request, monster, anything which is reasonable. Come on, Trinculo, let us sing. So then he asked Trinculo to join him in singing the song. And this is the song which they sing. Flout them, scout them, and scout them and flout them, the thought is true. So this was the song which they sang, right? Flout them means mock at them, scout them, laugh at them, mock at them, laugh at them, because thought is free. There is no restriction in thought. That's not the tune. So Caliban says, no, this is not the tune which you taught me. This song has a different tune. And what happens? At that very moment, Ariel starts playing the tune on the tabor and the pipe. Tabor is a small drum, right? Musical instrument. So the Ariel starts playing the music on the drum and with the pipe. The music of the song starts playing. So Stefano, what is this saying? So this shocks Stefano. Stefano says, what is this music? From where is this music coming? What is the source of this music? Trinculo, this is the tune of our catch played by the picture of nobody. Trinculo says, this is the music of our song, the song which we were singing just now, played by the picture of nobody, which is played by some invisible magician, right? We cannot see any person, so which is played by some nobody is playing this song because we cannot see any figure, any human figure. Stefano, if thou beest a man, show thyself in thy likeness. If thou beest a devil, takest as thou list. So he says, he requests this invisible person, that is Ariel in this case. He says that if you are a man, I request you to come in your original form, right? To appear in front of us as you are. And if you are a devil, then fine, whatever form you want, you can take that form and come in front of us and appear in front of us. Trinculo, oh, forgive me my sins. Now Trinculo is scared, right? Scared because he is hearing music and he is not able to see anyone. So he is scared, and then he starts asking. See, whenever we are scared, what do? We ask God for forgiveness. So he also says, oh God, please save us, please forgive me my sins. So Trinculo says, oh God, please forgive me my sins. Stefano, he that dies pays all debts. I defy thee, mercy upon us. Stefano first he tries to act like a brave man. He says, he that dies automatically pays all debts. After death, you cannot pay any debts. Once you are dead, everything is settled. All your accounts are settled, right? So he says, he that dies pays all debts. I defy thee. I defy your power. I am ready to stand against you, right? I defy you, whosoever you are. I'll fight you. Then the next moment he starts panicking, right? And then he says, mercy upon us. The next moment he is scared and he says that may God have mercy upon us, right? In the first line he says that I defy thee, I am ready to revolt against you. I will rebel against you. And then the next line he says, mercy upon us. In the next line he is scared and he says, may God have mercy upon us and may God save us. Caliban, art thou feared? Caliban says, are you scared? Stephano, no monster, not I. So Stephano, no, I am not scared. Though in reality he was scared. But he says that no monster, not I am not scared. Be not afeard. This isle is full of noise. See, Caliban was used to these kind of sounds upon this island, right? So he says, be not afeard, be not be scared, because this island is full of strange sounds and sweet airs that get delight in her. So these sounds and sweet music which you hear upon this island, they only delight us and they are hurt not, means they are harmless. They don't cause any harm. Sometimes 1,000 twangling instruments will hum about my ear. So then he talks about the sounds which he hears upon this island. He says that at times I hear the sound of thousands of musical instruments. Twangling instruments means the musical sounds of instruments being played in my ear. And sometimes voices that if I then have waked after a long sleep. And sometimes what happens that I hear voices that wake me from my sleep, right? So sometimes I hear strange sounds which wake me from my sleep. And then another sounds, they make me fall asleep again, right? And then in dreaming, the cloud me thought would open and show riches. And then when these sounds, they make me fall asleep, what happens in my dreams, I see that the clouds opening and showing me all the wealth, showing me great wealth and riches, ready to drop upon me. I have a feeling, I see these type of dreams that the clouds are opening and large amount of wealth is ready to drop upon me. That when I waked, I cried to dream again. And then when I wake up, I start crying. Why? Because that was a wonderful dream. Something that he in his dream, he was about to be bestowed with riches. So he says that after that, when I wake up, I cry to have that dream again, to go back to sleep and have the same dream again. Stephano, this will prove a brave kingdom to me, where I shall have my music for nothing. So Stephano says, this will be a very nice, this will be a wonderful kingdom for me, where I don't have to pay for any music, because any time you can hear any music from an invisible source. Music is played automatically upon this island. So this is something very wonderful. This kingdom is very fine for me because I will not have to pay for listening to music. Caliban, when Prospero is destroyed. So Caliban says, yes, this will be your kingdom only when Prospero is murdered. Stephano, that shall be by and by. I remember the story. Said, yes, I remember your story. That will be done immediately. By and by means very immediately, very soon that will be done. You don't worry, right? I remember your entire story which you told me. Trinculo, the sound is going away. Let's follow it. And after, do our work. So that sound of music mesmerizes everyone, right? These three people, they are spellbound by that sound of music which was played by Ariel. So Trinculo says the sound is going away. The sound is going away from us, right? The sound is moving at a distance from us. So let us follow this sound first and then we can do our work. What was the work? The work of murdering Prospero. We can do that work later on, but first we need to follow this sound. Stephano, lead monster will follow. So Stephano asks Caliban to move in front and he says that we will follow. I and Trinculo will follow. I could see the tableau. He lays it on. He says that I wish I could have seen this musician who is playing on the tableau. He plays really well. He is playing nicely. Trinculo, will come. I'll follow Stephano. So Trinculo says to Caliban that you move ahead. After you, Stephano will move and I will follow Stephano. And then they all leave the stage. And with this, we come to the end of Act 3, Scene 2. Thank you.